That being said, the last thing we'll talk about is the difference between World Wrestling Entertainment, Total Nonstop Action Wrestling, and of course, Lucha Underground.
Oh yeah.
Now, two of these companies are doing things wrong, and one company is doing it right. Let's start with the companies that are doing it wrong. Rick, sum it up. What's wrong with the WWE?
I think we've kind of really touched on that quite a bit. There just seems to be too much writing in the back and not enough like input from the wrestlers and kind of letting them do their thing.
Okay.
I
And
mean,
then
that's kind of
that's pretty much it.
and using like the recent, and I don't know how recent it is by the time this gets uploaded, but the recent Royal Rumble
Yeah.
having Triple H win. It's now for me, it's not so much him getting the belt and winning that match. It was how it happened. He came in at number 30, so the first reaction is, oh no, he's going to win, isn't he?
Yeah, and he did.
My argument was that why should he win clean? Because his character now is more the office guy, of course, the authority. He's,
Yes.
so that kind of, in terms of wrestling, pro wrestling dynamic, even if you've been a wrestler, you're an office guy now, so you lose some of your edge just because of that. But he wins this clean. If anything, especially because earlier in the Royal Rumble, Vince McMahon came down with the League of Nations and they attacked Roman Reigns. Why not have the League of Nations come out at the end again and screw over Dean Ambrose so it's a screw job win? So now it's like, oh, okay, maybe he did or didn't need help, but it gives you that extra heat, and it also gives Dean Ambrose extra heat along with Reigns, because Reigns, of course, wants a piece of him because he tossed him out.
Exactly.
But it gives Ambrose heat, and then it also gives you just more dynamic to work with because now you can really use the League of Nations and say, oh no, you're not going to face me, you're going to face Del Rio over here, or you're going to face Sheamus, or
Or Barrett when he gets back.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's just him winning it clean was just like, no, come on, really?
Yeah. In fact, I was at a stream party with a good friend of mine by the name of Top Kirby. Big WWE fan, but even he doesn't like it as it is. And then there's TNA.
I haven't watched them a lot lately. For me, it's not so much anything against them because when I was watching them, like middle of last year or whatever, I was enjoying it more than WWE. That doesn't mean it was like I was overly excited or whatever. By the way, I love the six-sided ring.
Yes, I do. I do too. I like it. Too bad I couldn't make. Too bad they didn't allow a feature to do that in the WWE games. But hey,
Oh, and funny, just a little kind of a side thing, but it ties into the Q&A sessions I said at local shows. We had in Central States Wrestling, we had AJ Styles one time there.
wow.
Again, this is 8-9 years ago, but he was even a big name then on the indie scene. But he was asked about basically the differences between working a six-sided ring and a four-sided ring. One of the big differences he said was when you're getting up on the top rope to do a move, like from the corner.
Mm-hmm.
He said, if you notice, in a six-sided ring, I don't really stand on the turnbuckle because the way the ropes are angled, you almost have to stand there like a duck with your feet like, your toes spread apart from each other and sideways like you're a penguin. So he says, if you notice in a six-sided, I'll do more slingshot type moves, whereas on the normal four corner, I can stand on the corner better.
Oh yeah, because of the angle of the ropes. Okay, I get you in that case.
So, but yeah, I haven't really kept up on TNA. And of course, they changed networks, and I don't get the current network they're on now, so I don't even have that.
Yeah, I mean it's okay. Like TNA's alright, but I mean, I just wish they come up with something more original, as well as the fact like they came up with some stars every now and then, but it's kind of hit or miss at times, and even then, they really
Oh,
haven't done
the ones
much.
that they've had, though, are just amazing, even though WWE is like taking some of them now. Samoa Joe and James Storm, although I heard that James Storm didn't stay. He's actually back out on the indie scene again. Austin Aries AJ Styles, of course. Although AJ Styles, I think he was gone for a while.
Yeah, he was gone for a while, and so really, I mean, well, James Storm, believe it or not, is back in Total Nonstop Action Wrestling, and they still have Bobby Roode, but
Oh, he's good.
he's great. I'll give him that. But other than that, some of the stars that they did have, most of them are gone, and then like really the only real new star that they ever came up with was Ethan Carter III.
And he came from WWE, didn't he?
Yeah, he was
Derek
previously
Bateman or something?
Derek Bateman, and yet the fact that they sold the character as well as they sold the character like $1 million, and you know what, you know, um, I forget the guy's real name though, but the actor who portrays Ethan Carter III killed it. He just
Oh,
killed
yeah.
it. He killed it, and he just made the character EC3. I'm like, I don't consider the guy who plays as him as well as the character. I mean, the character is him. I mean, it's like he killed it,
Yeah.
and that's the only real new star that I know by heart. Most everybody else, they're good, but some of them need more experience. Others, or have like Kurt Angle, for instance. He just, I'm sorry. I mean, I like him, and I'm happy that he's finally having that farewell tour. But at some point, you got to make some new stars, and EC3 is like the only real new star that they've created within the last 5 years. That's all I can tell you.
Pretty
And
much, I think so, yeah.